I am so happy to be with you today at the Iowa State Fair, and I'm equally happy it's not quite 100 degrees. It's not a bad day, it's not raining, it's not 100 degrees, and it is Veterans Day today here at the Iowa State Fair. We've seen a lot of great veterans. I've been walking around talking to a lot of folks, a lot of veterans, and so make sure you stop and say hello to veterans when you see them, thank them for their service. Obviously, it's very, very important. I'm so pleased that we have a Veterans Day here at the State Fair. You know, one of my earliest memories, and definitely my earliest memory of the Iowa State Fair, I think I was 4 or 5 years old. It was the night before the State Fair, and my mother said, "We can go to the State Fair tomorrow if you clean your room." Now, being a good Iowa farm boy, I didn't clean my room. But I woke up early the next morning, and the sun was just beginning to stream in the window, and there was my dad in my room picking up toys and stuff and putting them away because he wanted to go to the Iowa State Fair. I'm proud to have been an FFA member. I've shown a lot of pigs here at the State Fair, and I was proud to win the Madison County Celebrity Swine Show just a few weeks ago as well. So I'm still proud to do that, and I think everybody who knows anything, the best lemonade stand here at the State Fairgrounds is right outside the hog barn. So go check it out. It's fantastic. So I'm running for Congress here in the 3rd Congressional District. It's here in Des Moines, all of Polk County, and the 16 counties here in southwestern Iowa. And I'm running because my entire career has been in service to Iowa and service to my country. Now, as I said, I grew up on a family farm here in central Iowa, but when I was 7 years old, my father was killed in a farming accident. And we lost the farm and moved into town where my mother worked for a modest income to take care of my sister and I. But the only thing that really kept my family from falling so far down that we couldn't get back up was the basic social safety net, and in particular, Social Security survivor benefits. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, what formed my worldview from the very beginning. And it's why I'm a Democrat. Because I believe, as I'm sure most of you here believe, that we're all better off that when one of us falls down, we help one another get back up. So after high school, I married my high school sweetheart, Chelsea. We have 2 wonderful sons together, Carter and Jack. And after the September 11th attacks, I knew I wanted to serve my country. So I joined the Iowa Army National Guard and was eventually deployed to Iraq. It was the longest deployed unit of the Iraq War. It was 23 months start to finish. And as trying as that experience was, it's also what gives me such great confidence about the future of our country. Because I served side by side with other young Iowans and other young Americans who were willing to sacrifice everything for the future of this country. And some of them did. I served with people from all over Iowa, from all over the country, people of different religious backgrounds, people of different political beliefs. One of my proudest moments as an American was in Iraq. We had a soldier in my unit who was not born in the United States, but he was serving in the United States military. And we were able to get his citizenship while we were in Iraq, and I was proud to be there as this young soldier was sworn in as an American citizen. And that's what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. Again, it's Veterans Day here at the fair. I see a lot of veterans walking by. That gentleman, how you doing, sir? Thank you for your service. So there's a lot at stake. But it's why I'm so determined to ensure our best days are ahead of us, not behind us. So when I came back from Iraq, I went to work on veterans issues and veterans policy. I helped get the post 9/11 GI Bill passed for our veterans. I went to the Pentagon, and I had a couple different roles there. I was the Army's lead representative to the Council of Governors. I worked with the 54 state and territory governors, Democrats and Republicans. I oversaw the Army Office of Business Transformation, which through the reforms that we put into place, working with Democrats and Republicans in the House and Senate Armed Services Committee, saved over $3 billion of taxpayer money. So that's what my record is. That's why I believe in good public policy. I believe in good government. But while I was at the Pentagon, I had the front row seat to see how broken that our current Congress is. We can barely keep the doors open. We've had government shuts down. We can't address the big things that continue to face our country. And right now, unfortunately, we have a representative, David Young, who broke nearly every promise that he made in 2014. He's voted 4 times to defund Planned Parenthood. He doesn't believe that women can make their own health care decisions. He was one of only 64 members of Congress to vote against the bipartisan highway bill. The highway bill. He was the only member of the Iowa delegation to vote against the highway bill that invests in our roads and our bridges. It creates good jobs here in Iowa and across the country. I see a lot of laborers here. He voted against equal pay for equal work. Ladies and gentlemen, that's not what Iowa needs. That's not how we move our country forward. And worst of all, most recently, he on video was seen being forced to switch his vote on the floor of the House of Representatives by party leaders. So David Young doesn't have the ability to stand up to Republican leaders in Washington. We need a representative who will put Iowa first, not politics first. And now the leader of the Republican Party is Donald Trump. And just last week, David Young reconfirmed that he supports Donald Trump for president. He supports the Trump-Young agenda. He stands with him. When Donald Trump says that women who have abortions should be punished, David Young stands with him. When Donald Trump mocks a reporter with a disability, David Young stands with him. When Donald Trump says he wants to privatize the VA, David Young stands with him. Ladies and gentlemen, this is unacceptable. It's unacceptable. The Trump-Young agenda will not move our country forward. It will move our country backwards. So my priorities in Congress are the same issues that affect every working family here in Iowa and across our country. Number 1, making sure that our veterans have access to the care and services that they deserve. We need to pass equal pay for equal work. Growing up with a single mother making 77 cents for every dollar that a man makes in our country is outrageous. So we need to pass equal pay for equal worth. Because of the great work that Tom Harkin did for Iowa and our country, you can't lose your job if you get sick or you have to take care of a family member. But you can still go bankrupt, and that's why we need to pass paid family and medical leave. If you work 40 hours a week in our country, if you work 40 hours a week, you should not live in poverty. That's not an extreme idea. We have to raise the minimum wage so that work pays. You know, ladies and gentlemen, we just got my classroom assignment for my youngest son, Jack, who's going into kindergarten. Over 35-year-olds will be assigned to a classroom with one teacher. Over 35-year-olds, one teacher. No teacher's aides, nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to invest in quality and affordable education in America. So these are the issues that I'm focused on, that my campaign is focused on, and it's what I will do to serve you in Congress. Ladies and gentlemen, you've probably heard speakers here this year and years past tell you that this is the most important election of our lifetime. Ladies and gentlemen, the choice is clear. The choice is clear. This may very well be the most important election of our lifetime. Our future is at stake. Please join my campaign to continue to move our country forward. Go to my website, jimforiowa.com. Sign up with my staff and volunteers who are here today. Let's keep going, ladies and gentlemen. Knock on doors, make phone calls, because together this is a fight we will win. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.